1976 generation is inspiring us today. Every time we are confronted with racism, every time we are looked down, we remember the black consciousness of Steve Biko. We remember Onkgopotse Tiro. We remember Hector Peterson. We remember Winnie Mandela, who picked up the bodies after police shot our children in 1976. We say to them, we will never retreat. We will fight until our people get their freedom. Comrades, here in KZN, we know that you have a history of defiance. The kings that came before the current king, they fought successful battles against imperialism, against those who wanted to occupy our land. And that's why we call on you, the youth of KZN, to follow in the footsteps of those who came before you. After 1976, many young people from KwaMashu, from Umlazi, from everywhere in KZN, they went exile to join MK and to join APLA to fight for our freedom. This place we are in is not a place of cowards. That's why you cannot be cowards. You, the youth of today, must say, we want to be like the 1976 generation and fight for our country and fight for the youth and fight for the rights of young people. Those who fought in 1976 said they don't want Africans to be taught or to be imposed on them. And they've successfully fought and won. We must say, we want free education now. We want Wi-Fi now. We want food at schools now. We want teachers who are going to teach our children and who are not going to rape our children. We want teachers who are going to provide quality education to the children of South Africa. Comrades, we want functioning schools. We don't want pit toilets in schools. We don't want the schools that are not properly built. We want the schools that are properly built, that recognize our dignity and restore our dignity. We want the schools that are going to teach our children to be proud to be African, not children to be cowards and be ashamed of who they are. Fighters, the ANC sold out the 1976 dream. You cannot allow that dream to die in your lifetime. We must make sure that we fight gender-based violence that is affecting our women in the streets, at home, at workplaces, even at school, even at the universities. We are saying to those who raped our young Kwekwe, we are coming for you. We will never rest until those who raped Kwekwe are arrested and they are sent to jail. We will send Kwekwe to the best medical equipment in South Africa. We will pay for her medical bills and we will make sure she receives a proper counseling so that she can come back and become a proper young person. In 2018, Ramaphosa said he was going to fight gender-based violence. Till today, he has not done anything. What he knows is to call conference after conference, but nothing comes out of those conferences. We are saying you need to make sure that you fight the corrupt police. We don't want dockets to disappear in the police stations. We don't want police who are corrupt. We must support the police who are working hard. Any criminal who threatens the life of the police must be dealt with decisively. That's why we love the KZN Co-Provincial Commissioner of Police, Mkhwanazi. We say to Mkhwanazi, Pesquabo, you must never retreat. You must make sure that KZN becomes a better place. The ANC has turned this ground into a red ground because our people are being killed and no one is being arrested. The NPA has failed completely There is no NPA in South Africa. That's why the head of NPA must resign with immediate effect. We lose simple cases. How do you lose a case of Omotoso? That case was supposed to be won, and that guy was supposed to be rotting in jail. Today, he's free. He left South Africa because the NPA failed us. We must say to Ramaphosa, you must leave with that person of the NPA, the two of you, because you lose simple cases. Comrades, KZN, it's a home where there is no water. Our people don't have proper water, drinkable water. We want every house in KZN to have proper water. We want every household in KZN to have electricity. We want every house to have a person who is employed. You can't have the whole house and the whole family unemployed. At least let's employ one person per family so that there is someone who can put bread on the table of that family. Comrades, we need to make sure that we fight corruption in eThekwini municipality. This thing of giving ANC members jobs alone must come to an end. We want the children of eThekwini to work in eThekwini municipality. We want you to get the businesses of eThekwini because you are the ones who are paying services to eThekwini. Therefore, you must be given a priority. We don't want people who give people jobs for sex. If you don't sleep with them, they don't give you a job. They want to sleep with you before they give you a job. That must come to an end, comrades. Comrades, we want the people of Mtubatuba to own their own water, have a proper, clean, drinkable water. We want all of KZN to be a liberated zone. We cannot continue to mourn about losing the elections last year. That was a lesson. We must fight now. That belongs in the past. Stop giving apologies, provincial chair. It is done. We are now fighting forward. No one can defeat people who are determined to achieve their freedom in their lifetime. This KZN will never be a no-go area for the EFF. Kusekayala. We are not going anywhere. We will exist everywhere, in every corner of KZN. We will never retreat. We will never allow the enemy to exist without competition. We are here to contest the space in KZN. We are here to start our campaign for 2026 elections to elect a council that is led by the EFF, which will create jobs and fight poverty and return the land into the hands of rightful owners. Fighters, you all deserve a government of the EFF, not GNU of DA and the ANC. They want to steal. Every time they open their mouth, they want to steal. When they have a meeting, they are planning how much are they going to steal next. You heard Ramaphosa said there must be a national dialogue. National dialogue means to talk. And they say for talking, they want 700 million. Yet our people don't have tar roads. Our people don't have bridges. Here in KZN, our people were involved in the floods. There was no money. But all of a sudden, there is 700,000 for talking. Ukukhuluma nje, ukuvula mlomo, 700 million. Because they want to steal from us. We don't want that dialogue. Take that 700 million, go and finance free tertiary education, give our children quality education. Why should we pay 700 million just for talking? Comrades, the ANC has once more stolen lottery. Lotto is now given to the politically connected, the corrupt, those who are aligned to the ANC. because they must finance the campaign of the ANC come next year. We will not allow that. We are going to fight that lotto until it's given to proper people of South Africa and not ANC beneficiaries. We don't want ANC beneficiaries to be the ones that are going to loot our lottery. The lotto must be used to finance young people and young people's development. We want that lotto to be redirected to the youth of South Africa. Comrades, we are fighting in Parliament and we are fighting for you. We are fighting there. They said they want to increase VAT. We said it will never happen. They said 2% increase of VAT. We said no. They said 0.5. We said no. As a result, they did not increase VAT because the EFF stopped VAT in that parliament. Comrades, we defeated sitters where they were appointing children of Gwademantashi. We said it will never happen under our watch, and as a result, those sitters are not appointed because the EFF stopped that corruption that was going to happen in that parliament. Today, we are fighting for data. That data must fall. Data is expensive in South Africa. We want data to fall because data is information. You use data to access information, to look for jobs, and when it is expensive, it means you can't have access to those opportunities. We're saying, why is data having an expiry date? As if it's milk or bread. Data must never expire. Once you buy it, it must belong to you, and you'll use it as and when you want to use it. No one must take it away from you. Data must fall, and we fought that battle. We told MTN, we told Vodacom, we told CLC and Telkom that data must fall in South Africa. Our people cannot afford. That's what we are doing for you in that parliament. Comrades, how can data be cheap in Malawi and Kenya and be expensive in South Africa where Vodacom comes from? It was supposed to be cheap here because it comes from here. We don't want a situation where South Africa pays for more and others pay less. Comrades, we need free Wi-Fi for all schools in South Africa. We need free Wi-Fi for all public spaces. When you go to clinic, you must connect to Wi-Fi. When you go to a hospital, you must connect to Wi-Fi. When you go to school, you must connect to Wi-Fi. This is an era of information and technology. We must not be behind. Fighters, only the EFF can make it possible, because these old people don't know your struggle. Only the EFF of young people know the struggle of the youth. That's why you must always make sure that EFF exists in every corner of KZN. Comrades, we want every child, whether you are rich or poor, you must get sanitary pads free of charge in schools, because we are able to give our people free condoms, but we can't give our people free sanitary pads. That is a contradiction. We are not stopping the condoms. They must continue to be there and you must use them. But the pads must come, because the pads is not a choice. It's a natural call. And therefore, we must make sure that we restore the dignity of young people. Comrades, we are going to make sure that all those who killed our people in 1976 are arrested. Ramaphosa says he's going to make a commission to check why those who killed our people are not prosecuted. He's a coward. He will never do it. Only the government of the EFF will arrest those Boers who killed our people in 1976. Comrades, we must continue to fight from the front. We must not be scared. We must continue to say in each and every university, the EFF Youth Command must be a leader of the SRC. SRC that is led by EFF Youth Command is a progressive SRC. It's not a corrupt SRC. But that SRC must also fight so that in the residences, our children stay at better places, our children get hot water, our children are well looked after at tertiary level. So comrades, let's make sure that when we fight at tertiary level, we promote the youth command. We must not allow a situation where this unemployment continue to exist. We want jobs, and we want jobs for the youth now. The youth of South Africa, you must stop being complainants and say you are unemployed. You must be like the 1976 generation and stand up and fight these people who are stealing our jobs and fight these people who are stealing our land, because without land, we will not have jobs. Fighters, we are here to say to you as the youth of South Africa, under the EFF government, there will be jobs for all. Under the EFF government, we'll fight poverty. Under the EFF government, will ensure that there is a return of the land and restoration of the dignity of African people. Land is not luxury. Land is our birthright. We must fight for the land. Comrades, let's make sure that this 9% party in parliament is supported, because when we fight in parliament, it's as if we have 90%, but yet we have 9%. Imagine if we get 50 plus 1% in parliament, the lives of our people is going to change for the better. Comrades, the 1976 youth was killed because it was refusing people to take over our land. The same way the children of Palestine are fighting. We are with the children of Palestine because we were there before. We know how it feels to be oppressed and to be dispossessed of your land. We were dispossessed of our land, and that's why we are on the side of the dispossessed, and that is the children of Palestine. We are with Iran. How can Israel just go and bomb Iran and expect Iran not to defend itself? Iran must defend itself like every country that is attacked. Comrades, let us build a strong organization. You see, this EFF, even Donald Trump is very scared of it. Even Elon Musk is very scared of this EFF. That's why you must know wherever you are a powerful force. Elon Musk, Starlink will never work here in South Africa for as long as the EFF exists. As long as they don't want to comply with the laws of South Africa, Starlink will never exist here in South Africa. Whether Elon Musk threatens us or not, we are not scared of Trump and Musk. We will defend our country and will defend the sovereignty of our country. Comrades, there is no white genocide. There is no one who wants to kill white people. We are saying to the white people, let's live together in peace. But we can't live in peace if you don't give us what you stole from us. That's what we are talking about. We are not talking about killing anyone. The song, Kill the Poor, is not created by Julius Malema. That is a song of the struggle. That is the song that was sung by our fathers and mothers during difficult days of apartheid. And no one will stop us from singing that song. It is our heritage, and we will defend it with everything we have. Comrades, we must never allow the USA to dictate to us what needs to happen in South Africa. Comrades, Ramaphosa said he will never be bullied by Trump. But when he arrived there at Oval Office, he was shaking like a small boy. But when he's here at home, he says he can't be bullied. He was bullied in America by another president, and that president forced him to watch a movie without his permission. They just said dim the lights and they played a movie for him. No one does that to another president. That is the highest form of disrespect. Ramaphosa has destroyed the dignity of this country internationally, and we must restore the dignity of this country. How do you have soldiers being killed in DRC? How do you undermine the powerhouse called South Africa by deploying the weak and have them killed? And yet you say South Africa is a powerhouse in Africa. We want to build a strong army, not only of South Africa, of the whole of African continent, so that we can confront America or China or Russia as equal, because the unity of Africa is a threat to Europe. That's why Africa must unite. That's why Africa must have one president, must have one parliament, must have one army, must have one currency, and that currency must be stronger than the dollar, euro, or pounds. Comrades, this is your organization. You must defend it with everything. You must guard it jealously. You must always make sure there is a branch of the EFF Youth Command where you come from. There is a branch of the EFF where you come from. When we go to elections, you must be volunteers of the EFF and work hard for this organization. We are very proud of the KZN leadership today. What you did here, that's what you do when you fight back against the enemy. Comrades, you cannot lose power to an old man and say Zuma is the future. How can the old be the future? Because the future is right in front of me here. You are the future of this country. You are leading now, and we can never be led by an old man who misled us during his time and never gave us jobs and says he can give us jobs now. Now he says he will give you land. Why didn't he give you land when he was a president of South Africa, when he was a deputy president of South Africa? We must stop listening to simple lies. The youth at universities, you cannot allow to be led by the old.